Buongiorno camminare, or as they would say here, or I would say, hello walkers. We are in the Dolomites once again. This is day 6 of our trek, and we are down here. If you can see down there, that little building, that's the Refugio Contrine. That's where we're staying tonight. We hiked up that valley. We came down the valley to the right. I filmed above that the other day. This is a beautiful day. We're gonna probably hit some rain here in a minute. We lost our light, but I climbed up here to show you guys something. There's a trail that goes up over that pass, but that's not the pass we're taking. We're gonna go tomorrow up over that pass. It's going to be 2,200 feet of elevation gain in 2 miles, a little over, and that'll be a fun way to start the day, our last day. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today, your virtual travel guide, your co-discoverer, as I don't really know a whole lot. Haven't done as much research as I probably should have, but that's okay. Do you hear those bells? Those are cow bells. We're going to go see those cows in just a little bit. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. I appreciate everything you guys contribute, especially the emotional support, the encouragement that I get from your support. I'm just going to point you down here to this cascade. We're on the edge here. It is 52 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius, 11 degrees Celsius, 5 p.m. here in Italy, in the Canazai, near Canazai. I don't understand if that's the region or the county or what's going on there. I'm gonna undo my umbrella. We're gonna walk you down back to the Refugio. It's a steep walk, and so I walked up first, and so you wouldn't have to hear me huff and puff. And hopefully that'll be good as I get my umbrella prepared. See this is open areas. Here's the creek that comes down. Just lovely pastoral scene. On the walk up today, we passed a bunch of donkeys. I think that's kind of how they used to get around here. Now it's on foot and helicopter and bicycle, and there's actually a road up to this Refugio. It's about 1 car wide and not particularly smooth. Let me try and get this thing centered here so I can show you the mountains. Now, I want to show you the couple things first. Look at these violet flowers. I don't know what kind of flowers they are. They're kind of closed up for the evening. Beautiful, beautiful colors. It's crazy to me that there are still wildflowers out here blooming in September. What's really crazy are these mountains. They just, I've said this before in the other walks, blow my mind. And they're just amazing. The jaggedness of it, the intensity of them. The other thing that blows my mind is the fitness of the people around here. You know, we have kids, we have, 20-somethings, of course, 30-somethings. I'm 49, but I keep getting passed by these retirees, seniors in their 60s, 70s, or more, and they just crush these trails. Look at the teeth on those. So off to our right is the Marmolada. Let me see if I can. Beyond there, we had some views of it yesterday, although it was mainly obscured by clouds. Highest point in the area, possibly in the Dolomites. When I was coming up here, looks like a little marmot burrow there next to this trail indicator. I actually got off the trail by about 20 or 30 yards before I realized, saw one of those markers off to the right, and I thought, better get back on it. So we're just going to slowly make our way down. Check out citywalksvirtualtours.com, the website for curated walks and walks that are organized by destination, continent, country, that sort of thing, as well as by walk length in 10-minute increments. Here's some sign posting. Everything here is so wonderfully well marked. Tomorrow, we're going to go to Passo di San Pellegrino, Passo di San Pellegrino. It's 4.5 hours, according to that. It'll take us a while longer. You can see the trail going very steeply uphill. And we'll be doing that for a couple hours tomorrow, just climbing. We are at 6,900 feet here. We're going to go down to, I think it's 6,500 at the Refugio. And we're going to have to watch our step as we go. And as I try to keep track of the trail, a lot of these things are actually just little creek runoffs, washouts. Down here is, I think it's Malaga Country. It's a little dairy farm, and they sell fresh ricotta and other cheeses, yogurt, that sort of thing. And it's their cows that we are hearing. Sorry, this rock gets really slippery when it's wet and it's been raining. If you have any questions or memories or things to add or things that I missed, let me know in the comments section. I appreciate that. I love interacting with you guys. Oh my, I just cannot get over these views. Okay, those mountains through the trees, and then these, and then I had some better light on them earlier, but it's getting on towards sunset and I need to get back. I'll talk a little about the Refugio when we get down there. It's one of the better ones we've stayed at, one of the nicer ones. They've all been really good actually. So I don't want to give the impression. This will be a little challenge here. So I go over this stile here. This is fenced off for the cows. Alrighty. Made that. We're only 2 or 3 miles up from the nearest town, but probably I want to say 1,000 feet, maybe 400 meters. It was actually not too bad until the end. We got into some steep stuff. That was a challenge. I love this part. We've been up in the high mountains. It seems high. The one from Refugio Pisciadu. Whoops. I think it's a short one, but it's really barren up there. And now we're down in these much lower, and we're in these, I kind of think they're larch. Let me know if you know what these trees are. They're starting to turn color, but they look like a pine, or a cedar. So I'm guessing there's some kind of larch. You can see the grass and a little bit of bracken down in here, starting to get a little gold in it, a little color for autumn. Not much longer and these refugios will be closed. In fact, where we were staying last night, it's supposed to get down to below freezing a couple nights later in the week. And we are definitely seeing sparser and sparser numbers of people in the refugios though still surprisingly busy for this time of the year. Took me about 15-20 minutes to come up this trail, and I was going fairly speedily, as speedily as my lungs would let me. See some clouds coming in. It'll be interesting to see if in the morning it gets super cloudy and foggy, or if maybe we'll be above the clouds a little bit. That would be nice. I hope you guys are enjoying these Dolomite walks. I've been wanting to share them with you for a long time. I've been wanting to come here for myself for a long time, and we've finally been able to make it happen. You can see this larchy tree here and the color variations there. Hopefully that'll give somebody the info they need to identify it. I have I had an app called Picture This, but I let the subscription end. It's like $40 or $50 a year. It's a little much for my passion for identifying plants. Oh, look at this. Beautiful stream here. Oh my gosh, so amazing. I'm going to show you how clear this is. A lot of times, I think maybe it's more glacial runoff, but there'll be this sort of milky blue water. Not here in the Dolomites, I haven't seen it at all. And that water is pretty chilly. And it just carves out this rock. You can see the marker on the left there, left of center. Oops. Well, maybe we'll get some more light on the mountains here a little bit. We'll see. Probably, here's another stream. You can imagine, sorry about the volume, you can imagine what this must be like in a flood situation. It just scours out this little valley here. You can see, the gravel gets taken away, the big stuff shifts every year. There's some more of these grazing fields. We'll get up and see some cows in a little bit. There's that farm. The views here are just stunning, just absolutely stunning. It seemed, from a distance, it seems nice and smooth and rolling undulation, but then you get up close here and you can see how rough the terrain is. Not horrible to, you can easily walk across it, but it's not nearly as smooth and easygoing as it looks from afar. A lot of little details to it. I was kind of hoping that was the pass we were going over tomorrow, but it is not. Too low. There's that farm again. Here's another bigger drainage that has been scoured out over the years. Every year with thunderstorms and meltwater. And maybe we'll take a look closer in a little bit. But lots of people with dogs around too. A lot of folks walking, hiking with their dogs. It's nice to see. I love dogs. And that's the downside of traveling so much, is can't really have one. Look, it's just barren in here. In that wash, I mean. Certainly not in the rest of the mountains. Little thunder. Downwind, thank goodness. So I'm not a limnologist or a geologist or anything, but I think logic will get us through this process, and correct me if you are and I'm wrong, because I don't want to spread too much disinformation. But you see the various size of the cobble and the boulders and the rock, and then, then you get into this, I'm just going to nudge it with my foot here, sort of smaller gravel, right? So that gets carried away with the water. The smaller stuff is supporting the bigger stuff. The bigger stuff shifts down a little bit every year, and that is how erosion works. Fills all that stuff. I think it's a lot of limestone. I'm not sure exactly what the rock is. Gives a lot of nutrients to the downstream streams, insects and fish and that sort of thing. Oh. The sun should be over there. I thought maybe the clouds were gonna part gloriously, give us a nice show, but maybe not. That's okay. Having a lot of drought this year in Europe, and you wouldn't guess from as much moisture as here. Neat old farm. I have my doubts as to whether they live here year round, that I really don't know. I love the old barns and buildings, all that fun stuff. You can see some more signposts here. Oh yeah. Malca con trin, formaggio, laterana, ricotta, yogurt, torta con ricotta, and strudel. Let's go see the cows a little bit. Count 4. Right here 5, but they have to have a lot more. There were certainly more down the hill. Be interested to know how they round them up every day to milk, get that protein. Well, we'll just go up a little close. I don't want to bother them too much, but I do want to give you guys a closer look. They're funny looking critters. I've got these giant bells on them. Hello, cows. I like this one. She's got a brown spot over her eye. Those giant bells. How's that for a view, huh? Alrighty. We won't harass them. Look at these yellow, I think you can see them, the yellow wildflowers down here. All closed up for the evening. If I see some, I'll show you, but we've been seeing some large, dried up flowers that we think were Edelweiss. And apparently we've missed their prime bloom. I'll keep an eye out for some. Here's some, looks like thistle. It sure is pokey, but it sure is beautiful too. The Refugios get busy during the day because people hike up to them and have a meal or a beer or a drink of some sort, hot chocolate or coffee. But this time of day they sort of get quieter, and you hear the running of the stream and the gentle clang of the cowbell, and it's really peaceful, really serene. I like it. Now this Refugio Contrin, it feels like they've had an update recently. They have a lot of outlets in the rooms. We actually upgraded our room to a private room from the dormitory. They've got a Wi-Fi signal. They've got a really nice restaurant. The paint is all fresh. They've got some stuff for kids. I think over in the dormitory area they have a library. It's really quite nice. So this is the road that leads up here, but we're gonna cut over into the Refugio. Here's some, I'm not sure what they're going to use this for, but some rough hewn parts of timber. We walked by a lot of not by US standards, but a fair amount of cut timber stacked and either drying or being prepared or ready for being hauled somewhere else. Let me just turn around again, give you a look back at that basin there. Yeah. You can see the yellow tape there is electric tape. Keep the cows from roaming too far. I got a little kids climbing area over here. We got an Instagram point too here. I'll show it to you. I love the color of the shutters on the main part. Hashtag Refugio Contrin Fatio un selfie. 2016 meters. And we'll go up here because there's a little chapel. This area was, this whole region was really, what's the word, really intense fighting during World War I between the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the Italians. We're going to go up and see this chapel real quick. Well lit, well maintained. This is San Maurizio, patron saint of the Alps. Here's a memorial to the 7th Regiment, Alpine Regiment. And I think there's a bunch of names up here, which I won't read, but that are military. Here's an exploded bomb, maybe, casing. To think about fighting up here in those conditions, it must have been horrific. Here's a pioneering of the Italian Alpine, founder of the Association of the Alps, Nasle Alpini. There's some abbreviations in there that I don't quite get. Look, we'll get a better view of the. So to the right is the dormitory, to the left is the main restaurant and private rooms. But you can see the setting here is rather idyllic. Just take a listen. I know a lot of you are here for treadmill workouts, treadmill walks, and a lot of you are here for virtual travel. And I know the treadmill folks are probably thinking, come on, let's do some walking. But this is sort of a really cool thing that I want to share with you guys, because I love sharing these little details that aren't on a lot of the other, more refined channels, better channels maybe, I don't know. But just the red and white on these shutters is new and different. And of course they have these iconic Alp window flower boxes. And of course this too, they have these awesome places. You can drink that water as it comes out of the tap, fill your water bottle. They just hollow out a log, and that one's draining to a drain. It doesn't flood the area. Oh, and there's one for the dogs too. Fun. And then, there. Go out here, some bunch of tables where you can eat, drink, and they have the, until it's been raining, they had the umbrellas out earlier. I think this must be an outside bar in the high season. Look, there's some sunlight. Hopefully that'll fade in. You can see it. I can't really tell on the little screen that I have. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And we'll walk you around here to the other side. Refugio Contrin, little shield up there. More outside dining with amazing views. Playing a little music. Oh, we don't want to hear the music though. I love these stumps. So I've used, in the West, in Montana, a lot of people use stumps as little tables, but these are longer, taller, and for some reason they just seem to work to me. Okay, over here you got a tractor and a trailer. I did see a car drive up here. There's a truck over there. And I assume that's how they haul in a lot of their stuff. And that's the road we came in on. I'm gonna take you inside as I go back down here to take a look at this view again, because it's the best view we're gonna get with this light. I'm gonna take you inside and show you just the inside of the bar area and the restaurant, and then we'll call it. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Give us another few minutes here, but thank you for joining us, and hopefully you'll come back and see more of these. One of the things I wanted to mention is when you are in the Refugios, you take off your hiking boots and you put on your Refugio slippers, whatever that may be, Crocs or slippers or flip-flops or something. Oh man, I hope that image turns out. Let's see what we can do with that. There we go. That's better exposure maybe. Those mountains, those jagged mountains, those are a few miles away. Just epically beautiful. And all right, now let's go inside. But I've already said my goodbyes, so just give me a couple more minutes while we go inside, and I'll show you around, and then I'll just cut it, and we will see you again next time. Until then, keep on stepping, but don't go away yet. We're gonna go inside. Don't tell anybody. Shh. Oh no, not the music. Love these doors though, as I talk over the music. There's Anders. And then here's the bar. Get candy, wine, chocolate, that sort of thing. Really fancy. All right, guys. We'll see you later.